One of the common misunderstandings about Buddhism is that Buddha said life is suffering. Now one can think, why Buddha speaks about suffering? Why Buddha is so pessimistic? Isn't there anything to be happy about life? There are happy experiences that we gain in life. Why Buddha can't speak about this? Now this confusion happens when the Pali word dukkha, which is the first noble truth, is translated to English. The most common translation for dukkha, the word dukkha, is suffering. From this one can think, okay, the Buddha says life is suffering. But when the Buddha used this word dukkha in his first noble truth, Buddha meant something profound and deep. Yes, dukkha can be understood as suffering in a more superficial meaning, but it has a more deeper meaning when the Buddha used this word in his context. So I want to show you from this video what actually Buddha meant by when he said life is dukkha. In his book, Noble Truth, Noble Path, Venerable Bhikkhu Bodhi mentioned about this as follows, I quote, Buddha drew this word out from its original context and gave it a deeper significance, using it to highlight the inescapably flawed, deficient, and unsatisfactory nature of sentient beings. Now, when you consider this point of view, we can understand that not only painful experiences, but also all the experiences has this inherent nature of impermanence and also inherent nature of unsatisfactoriness. Now, by this, Buddha did not mean that life is a total misery. Buddha also speaks about happinesses and joys that we can achieve in this life. We've talked about this in a video. We've talked about the 4 types of happinesses that Buddha teaches us to achieve in life as a household. Now, Buddha saw that there is happiness in life, there is these happy experiences in life, there are these painful experiences in life, and also there are these neutral experiences in life. But when you take a closer look at all these experiences, be it a happy experience, be it a painful experience, be it a neutral experience, all of these experiences has one thing in common, one nature in common, and that is these experiences are subject to change. They become impermanent. And as they are fleeting and as they are transient, these experiences cannot give a person a complete satisfaction, right? Because we experience these feelings and experiences, and we think this will last forever. But the true nature of every experience is that it is subjected to change. As it is subjected to change, it doesn't give you the fullest satisfaction. When you are not satisfied with that experience, there is suffering, right? Always unsatisfaction is something that is missing in your life, right? In everyone's life, in every human being's life, when you take a closer look at the person's life, there is something that is missing in life. You think, I wish I had that. I wish I had this, right? I wish I could do that and this. This unsatisfied nature is what makes the suffering. So the Buddha mentioned this in his sutras, but the Buddha said, Yada niccang tan dukkhang. What is impermanent is suffering. So the suffering doesn't occur just because of the painful feelings, because it occurs because our mind, our lives are not satisfied with these experiences. We think when we experience a happy feeling, okay, a pleasurable feeling, we think this experience will last forever. But the inherent nature of that experience is that it is changing, right? It becomes impermanent. When we experience a painful experience, what happens to us? We think this will last forever. But the nature of this is it will become impermanent, right? So There's a nice quote that I read recently about this suffering. It says, impermanence doesn't make us suffering. Wanting things to be permanent when the inherent nature of everything is impermanent is what makes us suffering, right? So wanting things to be permanent is what we call the cause of suffering. The Buddha understood the cause of suffering as tanha. Tanha can be translated into English. One of the closest translation to tanha is the thirst, right? That means there is this unsatisfied nature. When you consider the word thirst, it has this nature of unsatisfied nature, looking for something, yearning for something, right? So understand that when the Buddha used the word dukkha, he did not only refer to these physical unpleasant feelings, but he used this word to give you an idea about this unsatisfied nature of all these experiences. So it is much better to learn the word dukkha as it is and learn it and use it without translating and understand the meaning behind it. So I hope you got some idea about the word dukkha and what actually the Buddha meant by the word dukkha. So I wish you all, may all of you be able to realize the Four Noble Truths in this life. Namo Buddhaya. Namo Buddhaya. Dear meritorious devotees and my dear children, we all know it is very easy to swim down a stream, but it takes effort and pain and courage to swim up the stream. And also it is very easy to run down a hill, but it takes courage, sweat and effort to climb up to the hill. This means that there are so many easy things that we can do in our life, but most of them does not bring the happiness to our life. When you swim down a stream, you are going down. When you are running down a hill, you are running down, not up. But if you need to climb up, if you need to swim up, it takes effort. You need to try hard. That means it is very easy to do the things that brings us down, and it takes effort and a lot of hard work to bring us to a higher level in our life. Our great teacher Supreme Buddha explained, Sukarani asadhuni attano ahitanicha. It is very easy to do evil things which brings the suffering to you and as well as to the others. Yangve hitangcha sadhungcha tangve paramadukkaram. It is very hard. It takes great courage, pain to do the good things which brings the happiness to you and as well as to the others. Our mind is programmed to do easy things. Now, for an example, if you were to choose two jobs, one is hard and the other one is easy, which one would you choose? Of course, you will choose the easy one, because we always like to do what is easy. So that is the nature of our mind and our life. Doing evil things, doing bad things, doing unwholesome things is very easy. Now, for an example, it is very easy to kill a mosquito. All you need to do to slap on the mosquito and kill it. But it takes patience, love, kindness, and mindfulness to not to kill that animal and save that animal's life. It is very easy to tell a lie when a trouble comes to our life, when we are facing a problem. We can escape from problems by telling lies. But it takes discipline, honesty, and courage, mindfulness to not to tell a lie and always tell the truth. It is very easy to blame someone. When you get angry, if you lose your temper, it is very easy to blame someone. But it takes patience, love, kindness, discipline to not to blame someone and hurt others' feelings. The things that brings us unhappiness or suffering are easy to do. So that is the nature of this world. But it is very difficult to do the things which brings the happiness to ourselves and to the others. Supreme Buddha always advises us to do the wholesome things, to do the good things. Our great teacher Supreme Buddha told us, you should always focus on the wholesome side of your mind. You should never practice the evil things in your mind. You should abandon the evil in your mind. The more we practice the wholesome side, the more we practice the good things in our life, we can be good forever. Our life will become good and we will be wholesome forever. Doing wholesome things, practicing good things, good qualities, being a good human is very difficult. Because all these good things are not familiar to our life. Because we used to do evil things, our mind tends to do evil things. So what we have to do, we should not give up doing good. We can be generous to others. You should practice generosity. We can be kind to others. You can practice kindness. You can love all the living beings in this world. So Supreme Buddha told us to do what is hard. And what is hard is the good, the wholesome things. So what we have to do is, we have to keep on practicing, keep on doing good deeds always. We have to discipline our mind. We should not let our mind to wander here and there. We should not let our mind to be undisciplined. Even though they are hard jobs, even though they are hard things to do, what we have to do is, we have to keep on practicing these things. Because if we did what is easy today, our life will be hard tomorrow. If we did what is hard today, our life will be easy tomorrow. So what we have to do is, we have to keep on practicing what is hard to do. That is the good things, good practices. Patience, love, kindness, not becoming angry, not telling lies, living a truthful life, saving the living beings' lives. Those are the things that are very hard to do. Most of the people who live in this society are not caring about others' lives, other animals' lives. They kill little animals. But only a few among us saves other animals' lives. They love other animals' lives. So you should be among those few people. Most of the people tell lies when they face problems. They escape from the problems by telling lies. But there is very few who tell the truth even though they are facing a problem by telling the truth. You should become among those few people. Very few among us gives the trust to the others who are around us, who are living with us. It may be your husband, your wife, your relations. Most of the people does not give the trust to their relations, the people around them, who are living around them. It may be your husband, your wife, your relations, your father, your mother. They don't give the trust to them. They cheat them. but very few among us live a trustful and trustworthy life. You should be a trustworthy person. You should become a trustworthy person. So you should always focus on the good deeds, wholesome deeds. And the more you focus on the wholesome deeds and the spiritual practice of your life, you will become a good person. You will become a good human. Always you should focus on good human qualities like patience, love, kindness, and living a compassionate life. So, my dear devotees and my dear children, do what 99% of the population does not do. If you do what is hard today, you can be happy tomorrow. And if you do what is easy today, you will never be happy forever. So practice good deeds, be good and do good. Namo Buddhaya. Namo Buddhaya. Dear meritorious devotees and my dear children, life is so beautiful when it is filled with good qualities. Normally, our mind tends to do the bad things and evil things. That is the nature of your mind. But if we practiced our mind to turn all those evil thoughts to good thoughts or wholesome thoughts, then our life will be wonderful. So the more you practice good qualities like compassion, love, kindness, and unselfishness, so all those good qualities makes your life a beautiful and wonderful one. So always we have to focus on the wholesome side of our mind. Yes, we are a mixture of good and bad. There is no single person in this world who is with 100% good qualities. And there is no a single person who is living in this world with 100% bad qualities. We are a mixture of good as well as the bad. So what we have to do to make our lives a better one is to focus on the wholesome side of our mind and practice and develop that part of your mind. The more you develop the wholesome part and the wholesome side of your mind, the less the evil thoughts may appear in the life. So that is based on the practice. Whatever you practice in your mind and in your life, in your day, and that particular thing will be the repetition of the whole life. That means if you practice the evil thoughts again and again and again, what will happen? Always your mind will be in the evil side. But if you practice good qualities again and again, always your mind tends to think, do, and work in the wholesome side of your mind. So that is why it is very important to develop the good qualities, good human qualities in the life. So, one of the basic and the foremost human wholesome quality is compassion. Compassion we call in Pali language karuna. Karuna means, our great teacher Supreme Buddha explained this word, Paradukkhe hadayang kampeti karuna. Feeling the sadness when others are going through a sad time in their life, if you feel sad, then that is what you call the compassion. And it simply means being sad and feeling the sadness when others are feeling sad, and being happy when others are being happy. That is what you call compassion. So if you have a compassionate heart, then you will feel the sadness of others. The more we develop the compassion in our mind, we can understand the situation of other people. Now, normally in this world, it is very rare to a person to understand others' situation. It is very hard to be in others' shoes. So always when we develop the compassion within our mind, then we will have the opportunity to understand the suffering, sadness, the critical situations of others. Then if you develop the compassion, then you will have the opportunity to help them. You will tend to help others. You will tend to sacrifice a part of your life on behalf of others. Life is not living only for yourself. A happy and wonderful life is something that we should live for others also. The most and the greatest compassionate person who ever lived in this world is our great teacher, Supreme Buddha. He sacrificed his whole life to find the reality and the truth of this birth and death. And he tried very hard to escape from this suffering. And he sacrificed his life to escape all these beings from this suffering. So our great teacher, Supreme Buddha, is the best and the foremost model of compassion that we can find in this world. He sacrificed his whole life on behalf of us. So being unselfish and sacrificing our life for others, helping others, being compassionate is a good quality that you can develop in your life. If you be compassionate and if you help others, if you treat others with your kind words, kind actions, and kind intentions, then those broken hearts will be healed. If you use the compassionate words, those words can heal the broken hearts of people. So that is one of the biggest happiness that we can have in our life. That is called the mental pleasure. The pleasure of helping others. The pleasure that we gain by being compassionate. So after we grown old and when we are facing the death and when we are living on our deathbed, we can recall our past and the way we lived, and we can be happy with that. Always remember, it is not matter how long you live. Always it matters how you lived. So, when you are living your life, try to practice these good qualities, good human qualities. Try to be a good human, a compassionate, a kind and lovable human. Then only you will have the opportunity to find the real peace and happiness in your life. So I wish you all, may all of you find the ultimate happiness in your life. Namo Buddhaya, Thero Saranai. Namo Buddhaya. Dear meritorious devotees and my dear children,
We start our day in the morning. So morning is an important time in the day. If we did something good and if we spend our morning successfully, then the whole day will be very happy and nice. At the end of the day, when you're going to bed, you can recall about on your day and you can be happy if you start the day with a happy mind. So, the morning is more important in our life. So how you spend the morning determines how you spend the day. So, if you start the day, if you start in the morning, if you start your day with a good thought, with a wholesome thought, then your whole day will be happy. That refreshment will last long for the whole day. So, here are a few things that you can do in every morning. In each and every morning, when you open your eyes, you feel that you are alive, that you feel that you are not dead. But for many people, that morning had been the worst morning of their life. They may be dead, they may fall into sickness. So in each and every morning, when you open your eyes and when you feel that you are alive, then you should be grateful for yourself, to your life of being alive. You can be happy and always be grateful for people who helped you to live this life. With the help of those people, you are living in this world. So, in each and every morning, when you open your eyes to this world, think of the people who helped you on your life journey. Your parents, your teachers maybe your relations, maybe your wife, maybe your husband. Always recall the people who helped you on this journey of life and be grateful for them. In every morning when you get up, if you can think, may all of my parents, teachers, relatives, and all of them be well and happy. If you can wish from the deepest place of your heart, if you can generate the kindness, love to themselves, then you can start your day with a happy mind. And also, there are some people who makes troubles for our life. So we are in a mood of anger about them. When you get up in the morning, think of them and try to forgive them. If you started forgiving to the people who makes troubles in your life, if you start forgiving to the enemies of you, then you can live your life peacefully. You may not find the agony or you may not find the stress within yourself because you have forgiven them. Though they are angry with you, though they hate you, if you have forgiven, then you will not carry that anger, that hatred to the next life. That is what we should do. If someone does a terrible or miserable thing to your life, start forgiving. Then in each and every morning, forgive all the enemies and all the people who makes troubles to your life. That is another thing that we can do in every morning. And think of the all living beings in this world and spread your love and kindness towards them. You can think, may all the beings be well and happy. May all the beings be healthy. May all living beings find the true happiness in their life. By generating these kind thoughts, compassionate thoughts, your heart will be cleansed. If your heart is abandoned from evil thoughts, then only you can find the happiness. Then only you can start your day with a happy mind. Then only your whole day will be a successful and a happy one. So make sure in every morning you practice the love and kindness when you get up. That is what we can do in every morning. Every morning starts with the dawn. Dawn is a special and beautiful time in the day. But that dawn, that beautiful and wonderful dawn, cannot make your life a beautiful one, a wonderful one. Supreme Buddha taught, if a person in the morning contemplates on Supreme Buddha, if he recalls the qualities of Dhamma, if he recalls the qualities of Sangha, if he generates the love and kindness within his heart, if he has an innocent heart within him, that morning will be the greatest and the wonderful morning that he is having in his life. So, dear devotees and my dear children, make sure in every morning to practice love and kindness. Be grateful for the people who you get the help to your life, and always contemplate on the Supreme Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha, and be kind, be compassionate, and practice love and kindness whenever possible. And always remember, every time is possible for you to practice love and kindness in your life. Namo Buddhaya, Thero Saranai. Namo Buddhaya. Dear meritorious devotees and my dear children, today from this Q&A program, we are going to discuss about the mindfulness. Now normally, most of the people who practice the spirituality and meditations ask from us that, how can I be mindful? How can I practice mindfulness? And most of you ask that, how can I be in the present without going in the arena of past and the future? So today we are going to learn how to be in the present as well as how to be mindful. Our great teacher Supreme Buddha described us, there are 4 types of establishments of mindfulness. The first one is the mindfulness of the body. It is known as the Kaya Anupassana. Second one is the mindfulness on the feelings. It is called the Vedana Anupassana. Third one is the mindfulness of the mind, Chitta Anupassana. And finally, it is the mindfulness of the phenomena, Dhamma Anupassana. These 4 types of establishments are taught by our great teacher, Supreme Buddha. So, in these 4 types of establishments of mindfulness, one of the major establishments of mindfulness is the mindfulness of the body. So, we can practice the mindfulness towards our body. So today we are going to learn a wonderful and important meditation that we can bring into our practical life. So normally, most of the people, they don't have the time to do meditations, they are busy, they are living a busy life. So this meditation will help you to bring a meditation to your busy life and to practice it while you are doing your day-to-day works. So this meditation is known as Iriyapatha meditation. It means contemplation of our mind on our bodily postures. Supreme Buddha advised us that you should direct your mind to be contemplated, be concentrated, and be aware of your bodily postures. If you are being mindful on your bodily postures, it means you are living in the present. Supreme Buddha described it like this: Gacchanto va gacchamiti pajanati. If you are walking, when you are walking, you have to understand that you are walking. Thitom va thitom hiti pajanati. When you are sitting down, you have to understand that you are sitting down. When you are lying down, you have to understand that posture. When you are doing this, when you are being aware of your postures, bodily postures, your mind stays in the present, as well as you are mindful about your body, what you are doing. So this meditation can be practiced while you are doing your day-to-day activities. Whether you are sweeping, cleaning your house, you can be mindful on that action. While you are cooking, you can be mindful about your bodily postures. Here's one practical way to do that. Now, normally, our mind is not ready to be mindful always. If we command our mind to stay mindful, now you should stay mindful, mind is not ready for that. So we can trick our mind and we can make our mind to stay mindful and to stay present. So what we have to do is, we have to ask a simple question from our mind, from ourselves. The question is, what am I doing now? Now if I ask from myself that what am I doing now, I can answer for that. If I ask from myself, I can answer it. I am sitting on a chair, I am talking, and I am moving my hands. So when you ask that question, you become aware of what you are doing, your current posture of your body. So when you become aware of that, your mind quickly comes into the present and it comes into the mindfulness. So when you are doing certain things throughout the day, what you have to do, just ask from your mind that what you are doing. What am I doing? Then you will get answers. Then you will understand that you are doing something. Now normally, we do so many things at a time. Right? We try to do so many things at one time. So that should not be done, because when we do so many things at a time, at one time, our mind becomes busy. It will easily distracted and it loses its mindfulness. So it is much better to do one thing at a time. Now, how many of you watch the TV while eating? How many of you use the mobile phone while you are eating? Now, people who are using the smartphones, they know that when they eat, they take their mobile phone and they scroll through social media or whatever. They do so many things with their mobile phone. When you are doing that, remember, you are losing your mindfulness. And also, you are not completely using your mobile phone, or you are not completely watching the TV, as well as you are not completely enjoying your food. So that is why it is very essential to do one thing at a time. So when you are eating, what you have to do, just eat. While you are watching the TV, don't do anything, just watch it. Right? So normally when you are eating, you can feel that warmth and texture and taste of that food. Right? If you are being aware of that perceptions, that feelings, then you can bring the mindfulness even while you are eating. Right? So what you have to do, the first thing to do is do one thing at a time. Don't eat while you are watching the TV. Don't use your mobile phone while eating. Right? It's just kind of slow down your process and progress and your activities, but it's very essential for the concentration of your mind, for the calmness of your mind. Right? So if you're continuously observing what you are doing about your bodily postures, right, you're being aware of it. Now, why we should be aware of our body and our mind? Why should we be mindful? So these are the benefits of being mindful. Now, before doing something, if you are mindful, before doing something, you can detect and you can determine whether it is a good one, good action, or a bad thing. Whether should I do this thing now or should not. You can decide what to do and what not to before doing that. Now normally we do so many evil things without any awareness, without much thinking. So if you are mindful, it is much easy and it will be a great help to protect the precepts, to refrain from evil things, evil deeds. So that helps for your virtues. That helps to your virtuous life. That is the first benefit. And by being mindful, by focusing on our body, by being mindful on our body, you can concentrate your mind. Your mind becomes calm and it is concentrated, because mind does not wander here and there when you are being mindful on your body. It kind of cool down and concentrate and tranquilize your mind. That is the second benefit. Third benefit, if you practice this deeply, this meditation, being mindful on your body, Supreme Buddha described us, and you can realize the true reality of this life, of this world, that leads to the wisdom. So this being mindful helps you for the virtues. This is called the sila. Second thing is the concentration of your mind. It is called the samadhi. And third, you can lead this mindfulness to the wisdom. That is called the prajna. So by being mindful, you can gain these benefits to your life. So as a summary, first of all, the main thing to do to be mindful is to do one thing at a time. Don't rush your mind. Okay? That is the first step. As the second step, always ask that simple question from your mind. What is it? What am I doing now? When you ask that simple question, you can be mindful about what you are doing. So when you practice this mindfulness, you can be happy. It tranquilizes your mind and you will attain a calm and quiet and peaceful mind throughout the day. So I wish you all, by practicing this mindfulness, may you attain a peaceful and wonderful mind to your life. Namo Buddhaya, Thero Sattva. Namo Buddhaya. Dear meritorious devotees and my dear children, throughout the day, we think thousands and millions of thoughts. So among these thoughts, most of them are negative, and only few among them are called positive. So that is the nature of our mind, that it is always tends to the negative side, to the dark side. So throughout the day, in most of the times, negative thoughts may pop up in our mind. Our great teacher Supreme Buddha taught us that we should eliminate these negative thoughts. The thoughts that makes us distracted and the thoughts that disrupt our inner peace, these thoughts should be eliminated. So, today we are going to learn and talk about few steps that we can do or practice in our practical life to eliminate these negative thoughts. First of all, let's learn and know what are the negative thoughts. Supreme Buddha taught us the negative thoughts are, the evil thoughts are the thoughts of anger, hatred, resentment, delusion, lust and desire. So these thoughts ruin our inner peace. These thoughts disrupt our inner peace. So our great teacher Supreme Buddha taught us some ways to practice in our practical life to eliminate these negative thoughts. Supreme Buddha taught, as the first step, when a negative thought pop up in your mind, now suppose the anger popped up in your mind. So what we can do, as the first step, Supreme Buddha taught, you should shift that negative thought to something positive. Now for an example, if you got angry with someone, what you can do is, you can shift that thought of anger to thought of loving kindness. So that is what we call the opposite thought of anger. So if your mind is in evil side, right, if you are angry, if you have the resentment in your mind, if you have the jealousy in your mind, you can do the opposite thing of that. To do that, you will have to have the consciousness and mindfulness in your mind, because we have to detect what the thought is. So Supreme Buddha taught, you can shift your mind from unwholesome thoughts to wholesome thoughts. When you are shifting those thoughts from evil side to the wholesome side, Supreme Buddha taught, those evil thoughts, distracting thoughts, and the thoughts of anger, resentment, and ill will may constantly, with the time, they may fade away. So as the first step, what you have to do, you can shift, you can give your attention from evil side to the wholesome side of your mind. Now you have to remember, in your mind, there will always prevail evil as well as the wholesome. The problem with us is, we are giving a big attention to this evil side. So as a practice, as a habit, make a practice of contemplating and giving attention to the wholesome things in your mind. Then, with the time, those evil thoughts may fade away. So that is the first step. As the second step, Supreme Buddha taught us, if these evil thoughts did not fade away by just shifting your attention from evil to the wholesome, so as the second step, Supreme Buddha taught us, always examine the danger of that thought. Now you have to know that evil thoughts are dangerous and they are harmful for our mind. Now normally, when we are eating food, we have big concern to clean them up. Right? When you take vegetables, you wash them, you cook them properly, and you eat. Because you know and you have a big concern in your mind that if I eat something bad, if I eat something corrupted, I will get a stomachache. I will get into a problem with health problem. So we have a big attention about what we eat, what we put from our mouth to our stomach. But we don't give a big attention to what we put into our mind through our eyes and ears and our sixth sense basis. So Supreme Buddha taught that you should give a big attention to what you are thinking, whether it is dangerous or whether it is beneficial for your life. So Supreme Buddha taught that you have to examine the dangerous side of these evil thoughts. When you're examining these things, then you get afraid of thinking these evil thoughts. Now suppose, whenever you get angry, if you can think, oh, this anger is not good for me. If I died when I'm in anger, I will never get a good rebirth. Supreme Buddha explained us, if you died in anger, you will never have a good rebirth. So Supreme Buddha told that you should examine this danger. Always remember the evil thoughts of anger, resentment, jealous, lust, hatred, all these evil thoughts are harmful for our mind. Now, stomachache, when you eat something corrupted, when you eat something rotten, it can be cured by just taking medicines. But if you put something into your mind that is corrupted, that corrupted mind cannot be cured easily. So examine the dangerous side. That is the second step that we can do. As the third step, Supreme Buddha advised us, there are some powerful evil thoughts that may not fade away by just examining the dangerous side of these thoughts. So what you have to do, as the third step, Supreme Buddha taught, just ignore them. Do not give a big attention to those thoughts. If we let the thoughts to be thoughts, then by the time that evil thoughts may fade away. So what we have to do, when an evil thought comes into your mind, just ignore it. Don't let it control yourself. The problem with us is, when an evil thought pops up in your mind, we act upon them, we speak upon them. So if you got angry with someone, if you got jealous on someone, never do anything and never say anything. Let your evil thought to be a thought and it will fade away with the time. That is the third step that we can do. Just to ignore it. We should not give a big attention to that evil thought. Okay? Then, here comes the fourth step. Supreme Buddha taught, there are some powerful evil thoughts that may not fade away by even ignoring it. They may not fade away. Then Supreme Buddha advised us, if those evil thoughts are not fading away, just examine how that evil thought formed up in your mind. Right? So, if you got jealous in your mind, if the jealous pops up in your mind, so what you have to think? You have to think how these thoughts are forming in our mind, in my mind. Then you will realize that I have seen someone's success, someone is living happily, and I got jealous on that person. Then you know that how your thoughts are forming. When you're thinking about the formation of your thoughts, you are drifting your mind from evil thoughts to the wholesome side. You're shifting your mind. You're not giving a big attention to the evil side. So constantly you will forget those evil thoughts and they may fade away. That is the fourth step that we can do. Here comes the fifth step, and this is the final thing that we can do. Supreme Buddha advised, if these evil thoughts are not fading away by examining how these thoughts are formed up in your mind, Supreme Buddha said, take a big effort to your body, take a big effort to your mind, and threaten your mind that I am not going to act upon these thoughts. I am not going to do these things. I am not going to say these words from my mouth. Because if we did something when our mind is in evil side, if we did something from our body, all those physical actions are evil. If we say something from our mouth when our mind is in evil side, all those words are evil. So you can threaten your mind that I'm not going to say anything, I'm not going to do anything, I'm not going to act upon my evil thoughts. You can crush your mind by your mind. You can crush those evil thoughts by your mind. So Supreme Buddha said, that is the final protocol that we can do. If you constantly practice these 5 steps, then you will have the opportunity to develop wholesome thoughts, develop wholesome qualities within your mind, because that will make a habit. Now normally we have made a habit of practicing and thinking evil thoughts. So if you are shifting your evil thoughts to the wholesome thoughts, then that will make a habit of wholesome thoughts. And finally, one day you will feel that you are thinking only wholesome thoughts throughout the day. So I wish you all, by practicing these 5 advices that was given by our great teacher Supreme Buddha, may all of you have the opportunity to develop wholesome practices and wholesome qualities and generate wholesome thoughts throughout the day. Namo Buddhaya, Thero Saranai. Namo Buddhaya. Dear meritorious devotees and my dear children, take few seconds and listen to this sound. What did you hear? Yes, that is the ticking sound of a clock. The clock is ticking throughout the day. 24/7 and 365 days, this clock is ticking. This says the time is running. Once it is gone, we cannot take it back. Time is one of the few things that we can never gain back after we are wasting it. So that is why we need to make the best out of the given time. Our great teacher Supreme Buddha said, the lifetime, the time for the human to live on this earth is very little. Now we may die in 80 years. Normally the lifespan of a human is about 80 years. Very hardly a person will live more than 100 years. So that is why Supreme Buddha said, this time is very little. Our life is very short. But most of us, the problem with us is that we waste a big part of our life to unnecessary things. That is the problem. The problem with us is we think that we have time. No, we are wrong. Supreme Buddha said, you cannot predict your future, whether your death will come today or tomorrow. You cannot say when you will be dead. It may be today, it may be tomorrow, but surely we can say one day we're gonna die. So our time is limited. So that is why in this limited time we have to practice the wholesome qualities, good deeds. We have to collect something that can be taken to the next life. We have to collect something that makes us happy about ourselves. By doing evil things, by being bad, by doing unwholesome things, our life may not be happy. You cannot be proud, you cannot be humbly proud about yourself by doing evil things. So we should not wait for the right time to come. Now most of us wait for the perfect time. But remember, there's nothing called perfect time. When we consider students, they think that they can study when all the disturbances and problems are gone. They procrastinate their works. They will think, oh, I can study tomorrow. If you think like that, if you keep on procrastinating your works, what will happen as students? You will end up in a huge problem when the exams comes near. So stop procrastinating and stop waiting for the right time. Study now. If you are doing a business, if you need to take decisions about your business, most of the people, most of the entrepreneurs, they keep on procrastinating. They may think that they can take decisions and they can develop their business in another day. But there is no perfect time than now. So don't wait for the perfect time. And also, the spiritual practices, the people who are practicing spirituality, people who are doing good deeds, meditating, they also think that they have time. They think that they can do merits, they can meditate tomorrow. So most of us, we wait for the perfect time to come. We wait until all the problems are switched off and all the disturbances are gone. And we wait until our life to say that now it is the perfect time for you to do good deeds, for you to do meditations. No, life will never say like that. Do you want to know what is right time? Right time is right now. You have to keep it in your mind. There's nothing called right time. Right time is right now. Supreme Buddha said, Ajeva kichang atapang, ko janya maranang sui. Supreme Buddha said, you have to practice eliminating the evil thoughts from your mind today, right now. Because, Supreme Buddha said, we cannot predict our future. We cannot say that when will be the death comes to our life. It may be tomorrow. So what we have to do, we should not wait until the perfect time to come. Don't wait until you become old to practice the meditations and doing good deeds and to go to the temple. You should do it today. Do something good. Collect something wholesome and collect something good for your life every day. So we waste so many days without collecting or without doing any good deed, without collecting any good thing to our life. How many days have been wasted like that? Stop wasting those days. You can make those days to a good days, successful days. That is why successful people, they make the best out of their given time. Now we have got 24 hours in a day. And successful people, the people who became successful and people who achieved amazing goals in their life, including our great teacher Supreme Buddha, they all had 24 hours same as us. So what's the difference between us and them? They used their valuable time for a good thing, to invest something to their life. But we should not waste that time. We also have 24 hours. You should not waste that time. So during these 24 hours, you may sleep about 6 to 7 hours. So we have to keep those hours away. And when we count the wake hours, the time that we are in wake, the working hours, so how many hours do we waste? How many hours do we take for doing unnecessary things? How many hours do you waste in social media, of finding the gossips and the information which does not belong to your life? Don't waste your valuable time. Instead, use that valuable time to develop your life. Use that valuable time to create a better and happy life for yourself. If you get the best out of your time, you can be happy about yourself. Self-happiness is one of the greatest happiness that we can achieve in our life. And self-happiness is one of the rarest happiness that prevails in this world. We rarely become happy about ourselves. If you did good, if you use your valuable time to develop something good, develop something valuable to your life, you can be happy about yourself. When you're at the deathbed, when you're looking back to your life, what you have done and how you have lived, you can be happy. And you can die, you can face your death serenely and with a happy mind. So use your valuable time to do good deeds and make your life a better one. Namo Buddhaya. Namo Buddhaya. Dear meritorious devotees and my dear children, in life, we cannot expect always that the people that we meet to be nice to us and to be kind to us. Sometimes we will have to deal with toxic people. So when you hear the word toxic, it comes to your mind there is something poisonous. Yes, there are poisonous things in this world. Among them, there are dangerous, poisonous things which are known as the words that are filled with anger. Words are something powerful which can kill us and as well as which can heal us. That is why they say words can break you as well as words can make you. So sometimes we will have to deal with toxic people, the people who are filled with anger, resentment and hatred. So you will expect that all the toxic people are in the outer society. No, sometimes toxic people can be found in our family. It may be your husband, it may be your wife, it may be your brother or sister. Sometimes people may become toxic and they may be the people who we love most. So if a person is toxic and that person lives out of our private life, it is very easy to deal with them. Either we can be away from them, we can reduce the contact with them, and we can find some positive ways to respond to them. But when it comes to the people who are living with you, the people who are in your family, it is very difficult to face such toxic people. So how to deal with such toxic people? Well, before learning that, let me tell you a nice story. One day, a man came to Supreme Buddha and he started blaming to him. He blasted in front of Supreme Buddha. He threw the words of hatred and anger to our great teacher Supreme Buddha. Do you know what Supreme Buddha did? He said nothing, and he kept on a perfect and very kind smile on his face throughout this argument. So, after some time, that person was done with his yelling. He stopped yelling at Supreme Buddha. Then, at that time, our great teacher Supreme Buddha asked a wonderful question. Supreme Buddha said, "Dear young man, I have a question for you. Do you get any visitors and friends when you are living at your home?" Then that man said, "Yes, I am getting many visitors. I am having many visitors when I am living in home." Then Supreme Buddha said, "Well, do you treat them with foods and drinks?" Then the angry man said, "Yes, I am treating them." Then Supreme Buddha said, "What if those friends and visitors did not accept your treat? What will you do for those foods?" Then that man laughed and said, "Those foods belongs to me. If they did not accept that, I am the owner of that food." Then Supreme Buddha said, "Young man, same goes with this argument. You treated me with the words of anger, hatred, and rude words. But I will never accept a single word that was given by you." Do you know what happened after that? The whole life of that man, the person who came to blame our Supreme Buddha, changed to a wonderful disciple. He came under the wing of our great teacher Supreme Buddha. He became a monk. Finally, he was lucky to become an enlightened monk. So that is how our great teacher Supreme Buddha dealt with a toxic person. So we have to follow that way. And here are a few things that we can practice to deal with toxic people? The first thing is to do, when you are in an argument, as the first step, be silent. Never say anything, never do anything. Yes, people may yell at us, they may blame at us. All what you have to do is to stay silent and smile. Put a confident smile to your face and smile at them. Make them feel that you are not disturbed. Make them feel that they cannot distract your inner peace by their words. When you do that, they become confused. When you act like that, when you be like that, you are making them confused and they may think twice before approaching you. So in an argument, dear devotees and my dear children, during an argument, we come across two choices. The first choice is to react to that argument. Or the second choice is to respond to that argument. So reaction and responding are two different things. So if you choose reaction, you will become angry as them, you will blame them, you will try to make them down, and you will try to convince them to your idea by hatred and anger, but you will never become successful. You will never win that argument. The best way to win an argument is to be silent first. What you have to do? You need to be silent. Now, when you're being silent, you will feel that you are defeated, but actually you are not. So when you are staying silent, when you are staying calm during an adversive time and in an argument, you are making your opponent confused, and they may no longer yell at you. Quickly, they will stop yelling at you. You are not fooling the argument. You don't put any fuel to this argument. So what will happen if we did not put any kind of fuel to a fire? That will gradually fade away. Same goes with the arguments. If you are not giving any arsenal, if you are not giving any weapon to your opponent to hurt you, they will never come to argue with you again. Those arguments, those problems will end quickly. So as the first step, be silent. Here's the second thing that you can do. After a heated argument, your opponent, the person who became angry with you, become tired. Their body become fatigued, and they may start to regret about the thing that they have done. And they may start to regret about the words that they have spoken to you. So what you have to do, approach them with kindness. Never blame them. Do not try to convince them at that time. You should approach to them from kindness and compassionate words. Ask them, what is the problem with you? Are you going through a tough time? Are you having any mental stress with you? Then they will feel comfortable and safe with you. Then they may regret about the things that they have done and about the words that they have spoken to you. If you approach them with your kindness, if you help them with your compassionate words, that heart will be healed. That heart will be cooled. That fire of anger will extinguish. So what you have to do, approach to them with kindness and compassion. Don't speak when you are angry. Don't act when you are angry. And don't speak when the other person is angry. And don't act when the other person is angry. Stay still and be kind to them. Smile to them. That is the second step that you can do. So here comes the third step. So, after the heated argument, if you approach to them with kindness and compassion, if you heal them with your compassionate words, they will ask for the forgiveness. They will ask the forgiveness from you. So what you have to do? Forgive them by saying that it is okay, no problem. I can be patient with you, but you have to control your anger. Because if you did not control your anger, your life will be ruined. Your spirituality will be ruined. So make them feel that they really, really need to control their anger and they should not yell at you. And you need to forgive them. Don't hold on to anger. Don't hold on to resentment. Instead, forgive them. By forgiving, we can free our mind. We can live freely and we can live happily. So these are the 3 steps that we can use to deal with toxic people. So as a summary, the first step is silence. You should be silent during an argument. Never feel the argument. Number 2, approach them with kindness and compassion, because those words, those actions may heal others' broken hearts. Number 3, forgive when the forgiveness is asked. If you forgive them, if you do these things, if you practice these qualities, you will be happy forever. Namo Buddhaya. Namo Buddhaya. Dear meritorious devotees and my dear children, one of the major questions that a young generation students ask from us is, Bhante, how we can focus our mind when we are studying? How we can focus our mind when the exam is near? So this is a big question that students and young generation are having. So first of all, we must know that staying focused, being concentrated, staying calm is not an act. Staying calm and staying focused is a practice. We need to be practiced to stay focused. So what is the nature of a practice? Practice is something that you do again and again continuously for a certain period of time. And when the continuity happens, you get used to that. It becomes a practice. You no longer need to put an effort to do that. So we do many things in our life as practices. Getting up at a certain time is a practice. Soon after you get up, you brush your teeth and you do your cleaning purposes. It's a practice. So as that, there are so many practices that run through our day. We do many things as practices. Staying focused is a practice. So we need to practice it. So how to practice it? First of all, we need to know that we are dealing with our mind to stay focused. So before staying focused, before practicing to stay focused, we need to know about our mind, how the mind works, how the mind behaves. Supreme Buddha taught us the nature of this mind is like a monkey. So, what is the nature of a monkey? The monkey is easily distracted. Monkey does not stay at one place. It runs through here and there. It jumps from one tree to another. It shouts and it runs everywhere. It is easily distracted and disturbed. So the same nature is there with our mind. Our mind is like a monkey which jumps from one thought to another very rapidly. So what we have to do to stay focused? We have to make this monkey mind. We have to train this monkey mind to stay at one place. It is same as catching a monkey and putting him into a cage. So what do we need to do to catch a monkey and put him into a cage? We need to practice or train that monkey to come into the cage and live inside that. If we catch the monkey and put him into the cage at once, it will be distracted even more. So what we have to do, we just need to open the cage and put some foods inside and let the monkey come in and grab the food and go. So in the first day, the monkey comes in and grabs the foods and it runs away. What we have to do then in the next day is to put some foods again. The monkey comes in the next day and it grabs the foods and runs away. If we keep on putting food inside the cage for a little time, the monkey gets used to it and it starts to think that it is very safe inside this cage than being in the forest. I get my food and I am safe inside it, so I must live in this cage. Same like that, dear meritorious devotees and my dear children, we have to train our mind to be at one place. So how to do that? We can do certain meditations and certain tricks to stay focused and to keep our mind within ourselves. It is quite normal the mind to be distracted easily. That is the nature. It runs everywhere. It runs from thoughts to thoughts very rapidly. So what we have to do, we have to keep on taking back the lost consciousness or the lost contemplation again and again to our focusing thing. So for an example, when we do meditation, it is quite normal our mind will easily be distracted when we are doing the meditation. So for an example, if we are doing the breathing meditation, we keep on thinking about the flow of breath. But the mind is not ready to stay at in that moment, in that focus point. So what the mind does, it jumps out of our focusing thought and it runs away. So as an example, when we are doing the meditation, the mind will wander here and there for a long time. So what we have to do, we have to keep on taking that lost contemplation to the focusing thought or to the meditation. So same thing that we can apply to our mind. So when you are studying, if you are at your class, if you are doing a meditation, it is quite normal that our mind to be easily distracted. All we need to do is we have to take back that lost contemplation again to what we are focusing on. If you are studying, if you have lost your contemplation, once you are aware of that, take back again to it. If you are meditating, If you have lost your contemplation, take back your lost contemplation to that meditating thought and do your meditation. If you keep on doing this, if you keep on practicing focusing on yourself, the mind will make a habit of it. Because what we think again and again and again, what we do again and again and again will become a practice easily. So what we have to do to take back the lost focus and the contemplation to ourselves, we need to keep on practicing it. At the beginning, it will be overwhelming and distracting. Don't worry. What we have to do is, we have to keep on doing this again. We have to practice the continuity. If you practice this continuously, your mind will focus one day. So you have to be ready for that. You have to study about your mind. You have to study about your life. You have to practice focusing on yourself. Once you get used to focus on yourself, it is very easy to do your studies and your meditation and your spiritual practice. So if you make your mind well focused and contemplated one, you can attain successful goals in your life. Namo Buddhaya. Namo Buddhaya. Dear meritorious devotees and my dear children, have you ever been criticized by someone in your life? We all have been in that situation in all of our lives. No one can stop other people to criticize us. That is something that is out of our control. You have to keep it in your mind. Criticism, blames, scoldings, and other people's opinions in our life is something that we cannot control by ourselves. That is called the things are out of our control. So, we cannot stop for other person to judge us. Now, normally the nature of people is always they are judging us. They keep on judging, they keep on criticizing, and we cannot stop them. Once our great teacher Supreme Buddha explained this to a Brahmin called Atula. Supreme Buddha said, Purana metang Atula, netang ajjatanamiva. Supreme Buddha explained, Atula, it came from the ancient time. Nindanti tunhi ma'asina. People will criticize us when we become silent. Nindanti bahubanina. People will criticize when a person who is talking too much. Mitabani pinindante. When we speak moderately, when we live our life moderately, people may criticize us. Natti loke anidito. There's no person, there's not a single person who has not been criticized by someone in this world. This verse shows us we all have been criticized in this life. We all have been in that situation in our life. So it is a common phenomena or common incident that we have to face in our life. So how to face these criticisms? Well, there are two types of criticisms in our life. One is the criticisms or the criticizers that which helps us to develop our good qualities. Now the people who always wish the good of us, our parents, our teachers, our elders may advise you. Like they may criticize our faults. When we face or when we are in such situations, always listen to those criticisms. Always listen to those advices. Do not consider it as a bad thing. Do not consider it as a negative criticism. It is a positive criticism. You can develop the good qualities and you can make your faults correct when you listen to those advices. So they are called positive criticism. And there's another criticism, and then that is the negative criticizing. People may criticize out of jealous. People may criticize us out of anger. They always keep on criticizing it. We cannot stop it. So when we face such situations, the nature of this mind is we become sad, we become depressed, the anxiety will start to develop inside our mind. And what we do is, when we face and when we hear those criticism to our life, we stop the good things, good practices that we are practicing in our life. You should not do that. You should not give up practicing the merits. You should not give up doing good deeds because of others' words. Dear meritorious children and my dear devotees, do not be backed down from criticizing. Face that, listen to that, but never stop the good of your life. Never stop doing the good in your life. So we all have to face this common incident in our life. So the more we face the criticism in our life, the more we will have the opportunity to build up good qualities within ourselves. So don't think the criticism as a bad thing. They help you to develop good qualities in your life. When you face negative criticism, always be patient. Always be kind towards them. Because they have judged us, they have come to a conclusion about us which is wrong. So what we have to do, we should not argue with them. We should not try to talk back. We should not try to prove them that they are wrong. So what we have to do, just be silent. Just be patient and always keep on practicing and never stop doing the good deeds and good practices in your life. If you keep on practicing the good things in your life will be successful. It is the nature that when we start doing something good, something wholesome, or when we start doing a service to this world, something good to this world, it is the nature we all face the criticism. All the people who had done a great service to this world, even our great teacher Supreme Buddha, faced criticism. So there's nothing to talk about us. So what we have to do, we have to face those criticism. The more we face the criticism in our life, the more our life will be beautiful. So don't just go through your life, always grow through your life. When you face those hard times and difficulties in your life, you will always grow through your life. Namo Buddhaya, Thero. Namo Buddhaya. Dear meritorious devotees and my dear children, have you ever experienced when you go to bed at night, you feel tired or feel fatigued, but still the sleep does not come to you? Have you ever experienced in the middle of the night you wake up by screaming, by seeing a worst nightmare? Have you ever experienced When you get up in the morning, you feel really bad for no reason. So these are the things, these are the common experiences that we all face when we are going to sleep. So it is very essential for a person to have a very good sleep. But we hardly have a sound sleep. That is why we feel so bad when we get up in the morning. That is why the day gets miserable when we have no sleep at night. So as disciples of Supreme Buddha, our great teacher Supreme Buddha taught us the path, the way to have a very good sleep. Our great teacher Supreme Buddha advised us that if you practice love and kindness, if you had a compassionate heart, well built inside your heart, you will have a very good sleep. You can sleep better. Our great teacher Supreme Buddha told there are 11 benefits for a person who practice love and kindness. Among those 11 benefits, the first one is our great teacher Supreme Buddha taught us he will have a very good sleep because of practicing love and kindness. Now imagine a night you go to sleep with hatred and anger in your mind. Can you sleep? The sleep will not come to you. That means the more we practice anger and hatred in our mind, we will never have a good sleep in our day. Our great teacher Supreme Buddha taught us you should practice love and kindness. If you practice this and if you develop love and kindness thoroughly in your heart, if you practice love and kindness where you will never get angry with anyone, even though they make troubles for you, if you did not get angry, you can sleep very well. So that is the secret of having a very good sleep. And also our great teacher Supreme Buddha taught us, because of practicing love and kindness, you will never see any nightmares. You will have a continuous and very calm and serene sleep. And also, our great teacher Supreme Buddha told us, if you practice love and kindness within your heart, if you build up a compassionate heart, when you get up early in the morning, you will feel very refreshed. When you feel refreshed in the morning, your day will be refreshed. Your day will be amazing, because how we start the day determines how we spend the day. So, the love and kindness, compassion is affecting our lives in many ways. That is why our great teacher Supreme Buddha taught us to practice the compassion, love and kindness within our hearts. If you need to sleep better, you need to practice love and kindness. So, here is a practical way that you can have a very good sleep. In each and every night, when you go to bed, you should do these things. The first thing is that you should not go to bed without refreshing your body. Don't go to bed with sweat and dust-filled legs. You should refresh your body. You can have a shower or do whatever it takes. Do not go to bed with fatigue and sweat and tiredness. You should feel refreshed. That is the first part. The second step is, soon after you are on the bed, cross your legs or lie down or lay down or sit down, it doesn't matter. Be in a comfortable position. Close your eyes and take a deep breath in. fill your lungs with fresh air and let them go away. Do this practice about 3 times. And as the third step, start to spread love and kindness first of all to yourself. Think of yourself and start to practice love and kindness to you. You can think like this: may I be free from anger. You will feel better when you are free from anger, when you wish to be free from anger. You can think, may I be free from ill will, may I be free from jealousy. All those evil thoughts like ill will, jealousy, hatred, anger makes your day miserable, makes your life miserable, and it ruins your sleep. So what you have to do? You have to wish yourself that may I be free from all those evil things. Wish for yourself, may I be free from difficulties. May I be free from physical and mental suffering. Start loving yourself first. Start spreading compassion, love towards yourself first. Then you will feel better. You will feel relaxed. Then spread that love and kindness towards the people around you. Your father, your mother, your husband, and to your wife or whoever that lives around you. Spread your love and kindness to them. And expand that love and kindness step by step to the whole world. Finally, you can think, may all living beings in this whole universe be well and happy. May they be free from physical and mental suffering. Start spreading your love and kindness to all people, all living beings. And especially, start forgiving all the enemies of your life. If you hold on to anger, if you hold on to resentment, you will never have a good sleep. So what you have to do is, you should forgive all the enemies. Because we are not going to live forever in this world. We may die one day. So when we are dying, when we face the death, we cannot take all these possessions that we have in our life. Start forgiving. Start spreading love and kindness to your enemies. Then you will feel relaxed. Continue this spreading love and kindness to all living beings until you fall asleep. And our great teacher Supreme Buddha taught us, if you practice love and kindness, if you build a heart which is filled with love and kindness and compassion, you can have a better sleep. And you will no longer see any nightmares in your night, at your sleep. And also, when you get up in the morning, you will feel refreshed. Then your day will be refreshed and your life will be a wonderful one. Practice love and kindness and sleep better. Namo Buddhaya. Namo Buddhaya. Dear meritorious devotees and my dear children, as humans, we all have got this life and it is very valuable. Supreme Buddha taught, you will be born as a human. Very rarely. You will get this human life as a very rare chance. We are on never-ending journey of the cycle of this rebirth, and it is called the samsara. While going on this samsara journey, it is very rare one to have a human birth, human life. So, being humans, we have the ability and opportunity to do the good. And we know the difference between the good and bad. As Buddhists, we are lucky to know about the evil and the wholesome things. Our great teacher Supreme Buddha taught us about this. Supreme Buddha taught, if you practice the evil side of your mind, if you give the space of the evil side of your mind, and if you give the majority to the evil side of your mind, that evil thing, that evil deeds, that evil practice will bring you suffering. So, as humans, we have the energy and we have the power to develop the wholesome and the good in our mind. So, we should know the difference between the good and bad. We should study it, and we should study about our mind. Once you know how the mind works, you can trick your mind to turn this practice, the evil practices, to a good practice. So among these evil things, evil thoughts that pop up in our mind, a major evil thought is the pride. Normally, when we are young, when we are living in our youth, young children are in a sense of pride of their own life, of their youth, of their health and strength, physical strength. They are living in a sense of pride. So this pride may lead us to do evil things. So that is why the majority of young people are not living their life in the correct way. Supreme Buddha taught, you should avoid the pride about your youth while you are young. You should avoid the pride about your health while you are healthy. You should avoid the pride on your youngness and your life while you are alive. So, if we are pride, if we are being over proud of ourselves, that leads to the destruction of your good deeds, good qualities. So, let me tell you a nice story. One day, a beetle saw a big cow dung. And he went inside that cow dung and he was amazed. So he asked his friends, and with the help of his friends, he built a big kingdom in this cow dung. But still it was a cow dung. But he was very proud of being the king and the founder of this kingdom. While he was living there, while these things was going on, a big and huge elephant went near this cow dung. When the elephant was going, he saw this cow dung, and to avoid stepping on this cow dung, he stepped aside of it. Then the proud beetle was very angry of lifting the elephant's leg upon his head. Out of pride, this beetle challenged this elephant. He said, "How dare you lift your leg upon me? You should apologize me. I am a king, or I will behead you instantly." The elephant heard this and he replied, "My dear Majesty, I am really sorry of being dishonest to you. So I beg your pardon." By saying this, the huge elephant stepped on the cow dung, crushing all the beetles inside it. One act of pride made the destruction of whole beetles. So, if you are being pride if you are being proud of yourself, that leads to sure destruction of your life. That is why Supreme Buddha taught you should contemplate on your death. Supreme Buddha taught, always remember you are a dying person. You are mortal. If we think we are mortal, then we know that all the things that we gather to our life, all the things that we hold on in our life are impermanent. One day we will have to lose all these things. So if we are going to lose all these things that we gather in our life, then we are permanent holders to all these things, physical matter. So that is why Supreme Buddha taught, if you are clinged or if you are craving on something, surely that brings you suffering. So the more we cling, the more we become proud of our wealth, our money, our children, our lands, our properties, the more the suffering will come to your life. So be content with what you have. Be happy with what you have. And don't be proud. Always remember, we all are mortal. We will have to leave this life one day. So always practice the good deeds before the death, because life is too short. Always be kind, always be compassionate, and don't be proud ever. Namo Buddhaya. Namo Buddhaya. Dear meritorious devotees and my dear children, life is an amazing thing. As humans, we all have got an amazing gift, and that is human life. The nature of this human life is we can think and we can decide the difference between the good and bad. So, in life, we do good as well as the bad. That is what the nature of this mind. So, it is much and much more important to reduce the amount of bad in our life and to increase the amount of good in our life. So, Supreme Buddha, the greatest teacher that we went refuge for, shows us the path to develop the good within yourself. Now, in the world, normally, 99% of the people are pursuing the happiness. We all have the desire for happiness. As a living being, we all have the desire for happiness. So, the world, the whole population in this world are pursuing the happiness. It is non-ending pursuit of happiness. But, dear devotees and dear children, only a very few among us will really find the true happiness in our life. 99% of the humans and the living beings will fail in the pursuit of this happiness, long race of pursuing happiness. Supreme Buddha told us the happiness does not exist in this materialistic world. But all of us are following and chasing behind the materialistic happiness. But we will never find the true happiness in this outer world. Supreme Buddha said, the real happiness, the ultimate happiness exists within your mind. So that's why we have to consider more about our mind than the outer world. Supreme Buddha said, first of all, you should make your mind a better place, a better one. Then only you can make this world a better place. So if you make your heart, if you make your soul, if you make your own life a good one, a better one, a successful one, then you will have the opportunity to make this world to a better place, to take this world to where the happiness exists in all of the hearts. So first of all, we have to take care of our mind. So that's why we should discipline our mind. Supreme Buddha said, you will never find the happiness through an undisciplined mind. You will only find the happiness when your mind is disciplined. So through a disciplined mind, we can lead our life to happiness. We can go to where the happiness exists. So that's why you should guide yourself to the happiness. Not through the outer world, but by making your own life, your own soul, your own mind a better one. So the best guide that we can have to make our minds, make our hearts a better one is through the Supreme Buddha's teachings. So in this program, we are going to learn the Supreme Buddha's teachings, which lead our lives to the happiness. So dear devotees and my dear children, this inner guide program is to give a little push to your life, to make your life a better one through the teachings of our great teacher, Supreme Buddha. In this program, we are learning step by step how to make our life, how to develop our good qualities in our life and make our hearts a better one, a peaceful one, and how to find the happiness within ourselves. Namo Buddhaya, Thero Saranai.
Mankind's wonderful treasure of wisdom is the teaching of Supreme Buddha. It illuminates human hearts and brings the utmost happiness and joy. Let's go in search of the wonderful Dhamma, which guides us in the journey to find the peacefulness within our hearts. Join with Inner Guide program on every Saturday in Shraddha TV YouTube channel. And let's be among the fortunate band of people who experience the supreme bliss. Inner Guide, awaken yourself.